150 years, ink on parchment strong, a promise born in reason, not a crown, not a throne. They said power must be balanced, checked by law and time. No single hand decides the fate of yours and mine. They warned us of a ruler who answers to himself, who trades a common good for power and personal wealth. The nation isn't known, it's held in public trust by we the people, or it crumbles into dust. No king, no throne, no whispered decree, no midnight order over liberty. If law bends fast to temper self-pride, then sense is gone and so's the guide. You can't lead the free world on a personal whim with no common sense in our common sense. You can't spend our future and bypass the law of the House and the Senate, accountable to the people. We were sworn to the balance, not the rush of the blame, not the pull of the moment nor the lure of a name. Every power you borrow has a boundary drawn by the will of the many, not the will of the wrong. If you rule without reason, without defense of the people's voice and the people's sense, then you've lost the balance, the moral fence. No common sense, for we the people's common sense. That money's not abstract, it's hours and years, it's sweat and nights awake, it's hope and fear, it's hands on a clock and backs in a line, it's labor traded daily for a piece of time. It's not your war chest, it's not your stage, it's not your legacy to mortgage away. Every dollar carries a citizen's name, and silence doesn't equal consent to the same. Appropriations are not a nuisance or delay. They're the people asking why before you say. That speed without process isn't strength, it's a shortcut paid in consequence. We were sworn to the balance, not the rush of the flame, not the pull of the moment or the lure of a name. Every power you borrow has a boundary drawn by the will of the many, not the will of the strong. You can't act alone and still represent a nation built on law and consent. You can't bypass votes and call it defense while the public pays every consequence. When impulse outruns intelligence, when power forgets where it's been sent, that's not leadership, that's arrogance. No common sense, for we the people's common sense. There's sense in restraint and weighing the cost, in knowing what's risked before it's lost. There's sensibility to the human cry, but impulse alone is a dangerous guide. Emotion may move you, urgency may scream, but governance isn't a momentary dream. A nation survives when judgment prevails, when reason holds steady while passion fails. We were sworn to the balance, not the rush of the blame, not the pull of the moment nor the lure of a name. Every power you borrow has a boundary drawn by the will of the many, not the will of the wrong. One branch to act, one branch to decide, one branch to question when truth tries to hide. Not to slow justice, not to divide, but to keep power from ruling unchecked by design. One voice shouts and silences the rest. That's not resolve, it's a system distress. The law was written to guard against men who think good intentions excuse the end. A nation cannot be governed by impulse, nor sustained without reason, nor trusted without accountability. That's not resistance, that's responsibility. We were sworn to the balance, not the rush of the blame, not the pull of the moment nor the lure of a name. Every power you borrow has a boundary drawn by the will of the many, not the will of the wrong. We didn't send you there for personal gain or party loyalty or private change. You raise your hand for those back home, not donors' calls or power grown. Vote how you said, not how you're bought, not how you're threatened, not how you're taught. A conscience least is a vote betrayed, and freedom fades when truth is delayed. on a personal whim with no common sense. And our common sense, you can't call it strength when the system bends past Congress, the courts, and consequence. When power forgets who it represents, when emotion replaces governance, that's how a republic gets spent. No common sense for we the people's common sense. We were sworn to the balance, not the rush of the blame, not the pull of the moment, nor the lure of a name. Every power you borrow has a boundary drawn by the will of the many, not the will of the wrong. No crown above the people's will, no urgency that voids the bill. No leader stands beyond the law, no cause too great to ignore its flaws. Nation lasts by the wisdom it keeps, by promises honored, by cost not cheapened, by sense, by reason, by balance, by trust, or it trades its future for devastating dust. A nation cannot be governed by impulse, nor sustained without reason, nor trusted without accountability.